Welcome to Adobe Acrobat 10 Professional. My name is Dan McAllister and I'll be your instructor today. Adobe Acrobat creates files whose file names end in the file name extension .pdf, which stands for Public Document Format. Everybody has Adobe Reader and it's free. That's one of the wonderful things about sending out PDF files. They're also cross-platform, so Mac users can use them. The PC version of Adobe Acrobat can create PDFs from just about anything. A little bit more trouble on the Mac side creating PDFs from, say, Microsoft Word or Excel. Another reason that people use Acrobat is maybe they have different needs. Maybe, for example, as graphic artists, they need high-quality printouts. They can save a file that will produce that. Business people might need the other end. Maybe they need to reduce file size for faster transfer over the web and so forth. Wonderful security features available in Acrobat. They are essentially virus-free. There's no place to store Visual Basic code or some of those kind of places where we hear about macro viruses all the time. In fact, a lot of court systems nowadays only accept PDFs largely for that reason. And they can be password protected for a couple of different things. Password protection that's required to open the file, or maybe they can open the file but they can't print the file without knowing a password to change some of the settings on the file. Acrobat files are searchable. They can include comments and drawing markups by multiple people, send it around for review. And the Pro version can be used for a lot of different things. We can create interactive forms, we can create full-screen slideshows, we can even have it read out loud to us. We can add interactive media, links, bookmarks, video, audio. Every once in a while, you'll even have just an old printout of some document, and you don't have the electronic version available anymore, but you would still like to turn it into a PDF. Well, one of the things you can probably do is run it through your scanner, save it as a PDF, and then run optical character recognition software on it to actually turn the dot patterns that it has scanned into pictures and try to figure out what text that would be so that that document could then be searchable like other PDF files. Now, the free Adobe Reader can be used for a lot of things nowadays. They've made it more powerful than the older versions of Acrobat Reader, they used to call it. So with Adobe Reader, as you see here, you can view, you can navigate from page to page, you can copy and paste information out to other kinds of files. You can print, you can add passwords right there in the Reader. You can add comments and fill out forms right there in the Reader. Now, if you're willing to spend some money, you can actually create PDF files, not just read them. The Acrobat Standard version of the program, about $300. It can do everything that the Reader can do, plus it can export directly to Word and Excel, no muss, no fuss. And you can create PDF files from a huge number of different file types and programs. Next on the line is the Acrobat Professional, about $450. Does everything the other versions will do, plus it adds rulers and guides, multiple layers. You can create interactive forms and quite a few more things that Professional can do that Standard can't do. There's no longer a Professional Extended version as there was in older versions up through 9.5. There is a new product called the Adobe Acrobat 10 Suite, about $1,200. Adobe advertises this as 6 tools at half the cost, and you can see that it includes Photoshop, which is probably the big one there. Also includes Adobe Presenter, Captivate, Live Cycle Form Designer, and Media Encoder. So lots of reasons that people are using Acrobat and lots of different ways to interact with it. And we'd like to introduce a few of those over the next few minutes. And maybe we'll start with the Modules 1 and 2 folder, zip file. So I'm going to double-click there. Windows 7 knows how to extract zip files. Everything since Windows XP has known how to extract files. You no longer need pkzip or WinZip or IZArc or any of those programs needed in the past for extracting zip files. I'm just going to point at Extract All Files. Now, in the olden days, I used to have to worry about, was I about to get 25 files just splattered all over my desktop, but you'll see here in this case, if you read the gobbledygook on here, it says it's about to create a folder, an unzipped folder, out on my desktop, and then it's going to show me the extracted files that come out of there. Now here are the files before they're extracted. They're in the zipped folder. That's what that icon looks like right there. And then by default, it says it would also then show the extracted files in the unzipped version, which means I'd have 2 of these windows right over top of each other looking very similarly. So what I usually choose to do in this case, if I'm starting with a zip file that's already on my desktop, I say, well, okay, unzip that, but don't just automatically show me the extracted files. So I'm going to say extract that. You see a little progress bar. And then out on my desktop, I see the extracted version of that folder, Acrobat Modules 1 and 2, but it doesn't actually throw those files in front of me. What I'm seeing now is still the zipped version that I was looking at a moment ago. So I have the unzipped version, but this isn't it. I'm not going to double-click to open any files from inside the zip version. Makes it much harder to work on the files and get them back in the zip file later. It's much better to extract them, work on them there, and then zip them again if that's what's needed in the end. So I'm going to close that zip folder. And I really don't need the zip version of Acrobat Mods 1 and 2 anymore, so I'm just going to trash that one. If I need it later, if something gets corrupted in here, we can pull it out of the trash and expand it again. And now we're going to do the same thing with the Acrobat Pictures zipped folder. We're going to double-click on it. It opens it up, lets me see what's in it. I'm not going to select any single file. I want to then say extract all the files. Again, it's going to make its own little folder out on the desktop. It remembers that I didn't want it to show the extracted files. I can either hit the Enter key or click on Extract. Little progress bar, a little flashy. Here comes my unzipped version of the pictures. This is still the zipped version. I can see the little zipper on the icon there. So I'm going to close the zipped version. I'm going to take the zipped version and trash it. And now I've got these two folders that I want to use out here, Acrobat Mods 1 and 2 and Acrobat Pictures. Now I've got both the Adobe Reader and Adobe Acrobat Pro installed on this machine. So one of the things we're going to notice here is which of those is the default opener called File Handler for a PDF file. So I'm going to go open up Adobe Acrobat Modules 1 and 2. So here's what's inside that folder right now. And then we'll pick one and we'll double-click on it and we'll see which program opens it. But first, I'd like to put the video on pause to give you a chance to catch up with me.